Our planet is a world of water, its surface veiled by a shimmering blue expanse that stretches beyond the horizon in every direction. Covering more than 70% of Earth's surface, the ocean is a vast dynamic force, its tides and currents shaping continents, its surface reflecting the ever-changing moods of the sky. But beneath this familiar surface lies a world almost entirely hidden from human eyes, a realm where sunlight quickly surrenders to darkness, and the ocean plunges into a cold, silent abyss. Here begins the abyss, a domain that starts where the last rays of sunlight vanish, stretching downward through immense canyons and trenches that dwarf the tallest mountains on land. In this world, the pressure is crushing, hundreds of times greater than at the surface, while temperatures hover just above freezing, and the darkness is so complete it seems eternal. The abyssal plains and trenches are more alien than any landscape on the moon, their silence broken only by the distant rumble of shifting tectonic plates and the slow drift of mineral-laden currents. Yet even in these inhospitable depths, life flourishes, creatures of astonishing diversity and resilience, each uniquely adapted to survive where few others could. Here, survival is dictated by innovation. Animals have evolved extraordinary features, jaws that unhinge to swallow prey whole, bodies that withstand immense pressure, and skins that blend seamlessly with the darkness. Many have mastered the art of bioluminescence, producing their own light to lure prey, communicate, or vanish from predators in a dazzling display of living illumination. Others possess armor-like exoskeletons or flexible bodies, allowing them to endure the relentless squeeze of the deep, where even steel would buckle. Food is scarce, so every scrap is precious. Scavengers roam the endless plains, feasting on whatever drifts down from above, while predators lie in wait for the faintest sign of movement. Among these depths dwell the true giants, creatures of mythic proportions, their size and power unmatched anywhere else on Earth. These are the rulers of the abyss, sperm whales, giant squid, and other leviathans, each shaping the ecosystem through their epic migrations and predatory prowess. The deep ocean is a living tapestry, woven from the movements of creatures both immense and minute, each thread a testament to endurance and adaptation. Its story is told in the flickering signals of bioluminescent fish, a silent language that pulses through the darkness, guiding, warning, and attracting in equal measure. And in the monumental journeys of whales, who plunge to unimaginable depths in search of food, navigating by sound alone through a world without light. Even in death, the giants sustain life. Whale falls become oases, nourishing entire communities for decades as their remains are slowly consumed and recycled. The hunt is a silent ballet, sperm whales using powerful echolocation to track elusive prey, their clicks and calls reverberating through the endless dark. Around hydrothermal vents, life takes on new forms, bacteria harnessing chemical energy, supporting entire food webs in a world without sunlight. The deep ocean is a vast engine, its currents distributing nutrients and heat, its hidden processes quietly regulating the balance of life across the globe. These deep currents act as Earth's circulatory system, transporting heat and carbon, shaping climates and sustaining life far beyond the ocean's edge. The abyss supports immense populations of fish and invertebrates, forming the foundation of food chains that reach all the way to the sunlit shallows. Yet, even here, the fingerprints of the surface world are found, pollution and debris drifting down, fragile habitats scarred by distant disturbances. As we peer into these depths, we encounter creatures so rare and enigmatic that each sighting rewrites our understanding of what is possible in the natural world. Here, the struggle for survival is played out in silence, predators and prey locked in a perpetual dance, each encounter a matter of life and death. Every organism, from the smallest scavenger to the largest predator, is part of a delicate web, each life intertwined with countless others in a network of astonishing complexity. But this intricate world is under threat. Destructive forces from above can unravel the fabric of the abyss, leaving wounds that may never heal. The abyss remains a frontier of mystery, its secrets hidden in darkness, its wonders waiting to be revealed by those who dare to look deeper. In these silent depths, the ocean asks for nothing but respect, a world of unimaginable beauty and complexity, deserving of our awe and protection lest its wonders vanish before we ever truly understand them. The ocean is a vast, stratified realm composed of multiple layers that differ dramatically in light, temperature, pressure, and life. Each layer forms a unique ecosystem, shaped by the interplay of physical forces and the remarkable adaptations of its inhabitants. Our exploration begins in the sunlit zone, or epipelagic zone, which extends from the surface down to about 200 meters. Here, sunlight bathes the water, allowing photosynthesis to flourish. Phytoplankton, microscopic plant-like organisms, thrive in these illuminated waters, forming the base of the marine food web and producing much of the Earth's oxygen. This uppermost layer is a mosaic of vibrant coral reefs bustling with life. Coral polyps build intricate structures that shelter countless species, while schools of tuna and mackerel dart through open water, and sea turtles navigate vast distances guided by ancient instincts. The sunlit zone is a theater of constant motion. Predators hunt, prey evade, and countless organisms breed and feed in the warmth and clarity of the sunlit sea. Here, the interplay of light and nutrients supports the richest biodiversity in the ocean. Descending below 200 meters, we enter the twilight zone, or mesopelagic zone, where sunlight fades into a perpetual dusk. This layer stretches down to 1,000 meters, and the temperature drops sharply as the last traces of daylight are filtered out. In these dim waters, colors become subdued, and the world is painted in shades of blue and gray. The pressure increases rapidly, and the temperature hovers just above freezing, creating a challenging environment for life. Without enough light for photosynthesis, organisms here depend on a rain of organic particles, marine snow, drifting down from above. Small fish and invertebrates feed on this detritus, while stealthy predators, adapted to the gloom, hunt with heightened senses and specialized adaptations. The twilight zone is renowned for bioluminescence. Countless species have evolved the ability to produce light through chemical reactions, using it for camouflage, communication, and luring prey. These flashes and glows are often the only illumination in the deepening darkness. Lanternfish, among the most abundant vertebrates on Earth, migrate vertically each night, their glowing bodies forming living rivers in the dark. The enigmatic vampire squid, with its webbed arms and deep red coloration, drifts effortlessly, surviving on marine snow and detritus. Beyond 1,000 meters lies the midnight zone, or bathypelagic zone, where sunlight never penetrates. Temperatures here are near freezing, and the pressure can exceed 100 times that at the surface, creating an environment of perpetual night. In this abyssal darkness, the only light comes from the creatures themselves. Many have evolved extraordinary adaptations, enormous mouths, expandable stomachs, and light-producing organs to attract prey or mates in the black void. The anglerfish, with its bioluminescent lure, exemplifies the ingenuity of deep-sea predators. Giant squid, rarely seen by humans, possess the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, allowing them to detect the faintest glimmers of movement in the darkness. Life in the midnight zone is slow-paced. Metabolisms are reduced to conserve precious energy, and many animals are opportunistic feeders, consuming whatever they encounter in the vast, sparsely populated expanse. Descending further, we reach the abyssal zone, stretching from 4,000 to 6,000 meters. Here, the ocean floor is a desolate plain covered in fine sediment and shaped by slow-moving currents. The pressure is immense, and the temperature remains just above freezing. Despite the harshness, life endures. Sea cucumbers, brittle stars, and other scavengers roam the abyssal plain, feeding on the steady drizzle of organic matter. Some species have developed symbiotic relationships with bacteria to extract energy from chemicals in the sediment. At the greatest depths, the hadal zone begins, found only in deep ocean trenches plunging below 6,000 meters. These trenches, such as the Mariana Trench, are shaped by tectonic forces and are among the least explored places on Earth. Here, snailfish and amphipods have evolved to withstand crushing pressures, thriving in an environment where few others can survive. Even in these extreme depths, life finds a way, revealing the astonishing resilience and diversity of the ocean's hidden worlds. In the vast expanse of the sunlit zone, where shimmering rays penetrate the blue and life flourishes in abundance, two of the ocean's most formidable predators reign: the orca and the great white shark. Orcas, often called killer whales, are the largest members of the dolphin family, renowned for their intelligence and striking black and white appearance. These marine mammals thrive in tightly knit pods, each pod a complex society with its own traditions, vocalizations, and hunting strategies. Leadership within these pods is typically held by a matriarch, whose experience guides the group through the challenges of the open sea. Orcas communicate through a sophisticated language of clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls, and use echolocation to navigate and locate prey with remarkable precision. Their cooperative hunting is a marvel of coordination, with individuals assuming specialized roles to encircle, isolate, and subdue their targets. In rare but dramatic encounters, orcas have been observed targeting great white sharks, demonstrating both their boldness and tactical prowess. By flipping a shark onto its back, orcas induce tonic immobility, rendering the shark helpless and allowing the pod to extract the nutrient-rich liver with surgical precision. This targeted feeding showcases the orca's ability to exploit even the most formidable prey through learned behavior and teamwork. Orcas are also known to hunt young whales, employing relentless pursuit and strategic separation to overpower much larger animals. In polar regions, some pods have mastered the art of wave washing, generating surges to dislodge seals from ice flows, a testament to their adaptability and ingenuity. Within their societies, orcas teach their young, pass down knowledge, and maintain a dynamic hierarchy, embodying both the power and intelligence of apex predators. In contrast, the great white shark is a solitary hunter, patrolling the world's temperate and subtropical oceans with silent efficiency. Its streamlined, torpedo-shaped body is built for bursts of speed and sudden ambushes, making it one of the fastest predators in the sea. With astonishing force, the great white can breach the surface in pursuit of prey, launching its massive body clear of the water in a display of raw power. Its counter-shaded coloration, dark above, pale below, renders it nearly invisible, a master of stealth in the shifting light of the ocean. The great white's hunting style is defined by patience and precision, often stalking seals and sea lions before striking with explosive speed. Its sensory arsenal is unparalleled, with acute vision, an extraordinary sense of smell, and the ability to detect the faintest electrical signals in the water. Even a single drop of blood can be detected from kilometers away, guiding the shark unerringly toward potential prey. Specialized organs known as the ampullae of Lorenzini allow the great white to sense the bioelectric fields of living creatures, an evolutionary advantage in the hunt. Its jaws, lined with serrated teeth, are engineered to tear through flesh and bone, ensuring a swift and decisive kill. While orcas rely on social bonds and collective intelligence, the great white embodies solitary mastery, each predator perfectly adapted to its ecological niche. Together, these giants of the deep shape the balance of life in the sunlit ocean. Their behaviors and interactions are testament to the diversity and complexity of marine predation. As we leave the sunlit surface and descend into the twilight zone, a realm known scientifically as the mesopelagic layer, we enter a world suspended between light and darkness. Here, sunlight dwindles to a faint blue haze, barely enough for vision, and the temperature drops sharply. The pressure increases with every meter, creating an environment where only the most specialized creatures can survive. In this dim, filtered light, the sperm whale emerges as a dominant force, perfectly adapted for life in the depths. The sperm whale is the largest toothed predator on Earth, a true giant of the deep, with a body built for endurance and power. Adult males can reach up to 18 meters in length and weigh over 40 tons, dwarfing most other marine life in this zone. Like all whales, the sperm whale must return to the surface to breathe, but it spends much of its life far below, venturing into the abyss on epic hunting dives. The sperm whale is a master of the deep dive, capable of plunging to depths exceeding 2,000 meters and remaining submerged for up to 90 minutes. Its physiology is uniquely adapted to withstand the crushing pressure and cold, with flexible rib cages and oxygen-storing muscles. Deep in the darkness, the sperm whale hunts its elusive prey, the giant squid, a creature as mysterious as the depths themselves. The sperm whale's head is its most remarkable feature, accounting for nearly a third of its total length. This massive structure houses the spermaceti organ, a chamber filled with a waxy substance that plays a vital role in the whale's survival. The spermaceti organ helps the whale regulate its buoyancy, allowing it to ascend and descend with remarkable control during its deep dives. By adjusting the density of the spermaceti oil, the whale can fine-tune its position in the water, conserving energy as it hunts. The organ also acts as an acoustic lens, focusing the whale's powerful clicks used in echolocation. Sperm whales produce some of the loudest sounds in the animal kingdom, sending out intense clicks that travel for miles through the water. These clicks bounce off objects, returning echoes that the whale interprets to build a detailed mental map of its surroundings. Even in total darkness, the whale can pinpoint the location, size, and movement of its prey with astonishing accuracy. This acoustic vision is essential in a world where light cannot penetrate, giving the sperm whale a decisive advantage. With this ability, the whale can track and ambush even the most elusive creatures of the deep. Battles between sperm whales and giant squid are fierce and violent, fought in the pitch-black depths where only sound and touch matter. The scars crisscrossing the heads and bodies of sperm whales are evidence of these epic encounters, each mark a story of survival. Sucker marks and deep gouges are left by the squid's powerful arms and razor-sharp beak, a testament to the ferocity of their prey. The giant squid, with its 10 muscular limbs and formidable beak, is a formidable opponent, capable of inflicting serious wounds even as it tries to escape. These encounters are a struggle between two of the ocean's most powerful inhabitants, each perfectly adapted to the abyss. All of this unfolds in utter darkness, miles below the surface, where only the strongest and most resourceful can survive. The sperm whale's immense jaws and its mastery of sound make it the undisputed hunter of the Twilight realm. Yet the sperm whale is not the only master here. The Greenland shark, a slow-moving and ancient predator, also calls this realm home. Greenland sharks can grow up to 6 meters long, their bodies built for endurance in the frigid low-light waters of the deep. These sharks are among the longest-living vertebrates on Earth, with some individuals estimated to be over 4 centuries old. Their slow metabolism and cold habitat contribute to their extraordinary longevity, allowing them to drift through the centuries in near silence. Greenland sharks move with an eerie, unhurried grace, conserving energy as they patrol the shadowy depths. Their eyes are often clouded, a result of parasitic copepods that attach to the cornea, rendering them nearly blind. These parasites feed on the shark's eye tissue, but the shark relies on other senses to navigate and hunt. The Greenland shark possesses an exceptionally keen sense of smell, allowing it to detect prey and carrion from great distances. It can also sense the faintest vibrations in the water, alerting it to the presence of potential food or danger. Greenland sharks are opportunistic hunters, preying on fish, squid, and even sleeping seals, as well as scavenging on carcasses that drift down from above. They feed on whatever the deep provides, from living prey to the remains of whales and other animals that have sunk to the ocean floor. In the Twilight realm, both the sperm whale and the Greenland shark reign as masters, silent, powerful, and perfectly adapted to the mysteries of the abyss. Beyond 1,000 meters, we enter the midnight zone, also known as the bathypelagic layer, a realm where sunlight is utterly absent and the ocean is shrouded in perpetual darkness. Here, the hydrostatic pressure exceeds 100 times that at the surface, and temperatures hover just above freezing, typically between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius. In this extreme environment, bioluminescence is not just common, it is a defining feature, with over 90% of observed species producing their own light through specialized chemical reactions. The darkness is intermittently illuminated by intricate displays of living light, each flash serving a distinct biological function. Bioluminescence here is used for a variety of purposes, signaling to potential mates, confusing predators, luring prey, and even camouflaging against faint ambient light from above. These signals form a silent visual language, transforming the abyss into a dynamic constellation of moving lights. Among the most iconic inhabitants is the anglerfish, a master of predatory deception. Its bioluminescent lure, an extension of the dorsal spine, is home to symbiotic bacteria that emit light, mimicking the movements of small prey. This adaptation allows the anglerfish to attract unsuspecting animals in the pitch-black water, conserving precious energy in a nutrient-scarce environment. When prey approaches, the anglerfish's jaws snap shut with remarkable speed, aided by a highly flexible skeletal structure. This sit-and-wait strategy is essential in the midnight zone, where food is scarce and energy conservation is paramount. Other residents, such as deep-sea squid and shrimp, have evolved their own luminous adaptations. The vampire squid, for example, can eject a cloud of bioluminescent mucus, creating a dazzling distraction that confuses predators and enables escape. Many species possess photophores, light-producing organs arranged in precise patterns, which may serve for species recognition, camouflage, or counter-illumination, blending their silhouettes with the faintest glimmers from above. Each pulse of light is a calculated response to the challenges of this environment, where visibility is measured in centimeters and every encounter is consequential. The midnight zone's crushing pressure has shaped its inhabitants in remarkable ways. Most animals here lack calcified skeletons or gas-filled organs, instead relying on gelatinous tissues and high water content to withstand the immense force. Their bodies are often transparent or translucent, minimizing their visibility and allowing them to drift with minimal resistance. Metabolic rates are exceptionally low, enabling survival on infrequent nutrient-poor meals that may drift down from the upper ocean. Life in the midnight zone is defined by patience, opportunism, and extraordinary efficiency. In this alien world, a single flash of light can signal danger, opportunity, or survival, each glow a testament to the ingenuity of life in the abyss. Far below the frantic activity of the upper ocean, the abyssal zone stretches out like a vast underwater desert. Here, sunlight never penetrates, and the world is shrouded in perpetual darkness, broken only by the occasional flicker of bioluminescent life. These are the abyssal plains, immense stretches of flat seafloor that cover more than half of the Earth's surface. The landscape is eerily uniform, with fine sediments settling over millennia, interrupted only by the occasional mound or trench. The pressure here is immense, hundreds of times greater than at sea level, while temperatures hover just above freezing. The water is still and the silence is profound, broken only by the distant rumble of shifting tectonic plates or the faint movement of a passing creature. The primary source of food in this desolate realm is a gentle, never-ending rain of organic material called marine snow, composed of dead plankton, fecal pellets, and fragments of decaying plants and animals. These particles drift down from the sunlit waters above, nourishing the life below. This sparse sustenance supports a community of slow-moving, resilient creatures. Sea cucumbers sift through the sediment for edible particles, while brittle stars glide across the plain, their arms searching for scraps. Tripod fish perch motionless, on elongated fins, waiting for food to drift within reach. Amphipods and polychaete worms burrow and scavenge, each adapted to survive on the ocean's meager offerings. Yet, on rare occasions, this quiet landscape is transformed by a dramatic event, a whale fall. The arrival of a whale carcass brings a sudden abundance, drawing creatures from far and wide. When a great whale, such as a blue whale or sperm whale, dies in the upper ocean, its immense body drifts downward, eventually coming to rest on the abyssal plain. The descent can take hours, and as the carcass settles, it becomes a beacon in the darkness. This colossal delivery of nutrients, equivalent to thousands of years of marine snow, creates a unique, long-lasting ecosystem. The whale's remains become the foundation for a succession of life, supporting organisms that would otherwise never survive in such a barren environment. The first to arrive are the scavengers, formidable sleeper sharks, primitive hagfish, and swarms of amphipods. They tear into the soft flesh, consuming what they can and leaving little behind. Their feeding frenzy can last for months, gradually stripping the carcass to its bones. These scavengers are the clean-up crew of the abyss, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. As the soft tissue disappears, the whale's skeleton is revealed, and a new stage of life begins. Once the flesh is gone, bacteria and other microorganisms colonize the bones, breaking down the remaining organic matter. These microbial mats provide food for a new wave of specialized creatures. Bone-eating worms, known as osedacs, release acids to dissolve the whale's bones, absorbing the fats and proteins locked inside. Their feathery plumes wave in the current, extracting oxygen from the water as they feed. These so-called zombie worms create a network of roots that penetrate deep into the skeleton, sustaining a vibrant micro-ecosystem. Tiny crustaceans, mollusks, and other invertebrates thrive among the roots, feeding on bacteria and detritus. Snails, crabs, shrimp, limpets, and isopods colonize the skeleton, each species adapted to exploit a different niche. Some graze on bacterial mats, while others prey on smaller invertebrates, creating a complex web of interactions. A single whale fall can become a thriving island of life in the abyssal desert, supporting dozens of species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. Even rare visitors, like deep-sea octopuses, may be drawn to the bounty. These whalefall ecosystems are a powerful reminder of the deep connection between the upper ocean and the abyss. Nutrients from the surface ultimately sustain life in the deepest reaches, linking distant worlds through cycles of death and renewal. The lives of the great whales that swim in the sunlit waters directly shape the existence of life in the deepest, darkest parts of our planet. Their journeys and their eventual deaths are woven into the fabric of the abyss. The final resting place of these ocean giants becomes a cradle for new life. Juvenile fish find shelter among the ribs, while anemones and other sessile creatures anchor themselves to the bones, creating a mosaic of color and movement in the darkness. It illustrates how every part of the ocean, from the surface to the seafloor, is intertwined in a complex and delicate dance of life and death. In this world, nothing is wasted, and every ending is also a beginning, a testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of life where giants rest. In the profound darkness of the abyss, survival is a relentless contest of adaptation, ingenuity, and instinct. Here, every creature is both hunter and hunted, and the strategies they employ are as varied as the depths themselves. Apex predators, such as great white sharks and orcas, exemplify the pinnacle of predatory evolution, wielding immense strength, acute sensory perception, and, in some cases, extraordinary intelligence to secure their place atop the food chain. The sperm whale, a true giant of the deep, navigates the inky blackness using sophisticated echolocation. This biological sonar not only pinpoints elusive prey, but may also incapacitate it with bursts of intense sound. Some researchers propose that the whale's powerful clicks can disorient or even temporarily paralyze formidable adversaries like the giant squid, granting the whale a decisive advantage in the perpetual twilight. In this realm, sound becomes a weapon, an evolutionary marvel that underscores the ingenuity of deep-sea life. Yet brute force alone is not the only path to survival. Cooperation emerges as a powerful force, shaping the destinies of many oceanic giants. Dolphins, renowned for their intelligence and social bonds, orchestrate complex group hunts, synchronizing their movements with remarkable precision. Working in unison, they corral schools of fish into dense, swirling bait balls, transforming chaos into opportunity. Each dolphin takes its turn, darting through the massed prey, ensuring that the bounty is shared among the pod. This collective strategy not only maximizes efficiency but also strengthens the social fabric of the group, reinforcing bonds essential for survival in the vast expanse. Orcas, too, display extraordinary teamwork, communicating through a sophisticated language of clicks and whistles to coordinate their hunts with military precision. The ocean's food web is a tapestry of predation and survival, where every link is forged through the relentless pursuit of sustenance. Even the formidable great white shark, long considered an apex predator, can fall prey to the cunning and coordinated attacks of orcapods. Elephant seals, venturing into the twilight zone in search of squid and fish, must remain ever vigilant, for danger lurks both above and below as they surface for air. Even the immense blue whale, the largest creature to ever inhabit our planet, is not immune to the perils of the deep. While adults are virtually untouchable, their calves are vulnerable targets for orcapods, which employ relentless pursuit and coordinated tactics during epic migrations. Not all encounters in the deep are defined by predation. The ocean is also a stage for remarkable alliances. Occasionally, dolphins and tuna join forces, their combined speed and agility overwhelming schools of fish that would otherwise evade capture. This interspecies cooperation enhances the hunting success of both, illustrating the benefits of collaboration, even among different kinds of predators. In more passive partnerships, smaller fish trail behind giants like whale sharks, feeding on the plankton and scraps stirred up in their wake and gaining protection from lurking threats. These intricate relationships, whether competitive, cooperative, or symbiotic, form the backbone of the deep-sea ecosystem, where the fate of each species is woven into the lives of countless others, creating a world of perpetual balance and astonishing complexity. Despite its isolation and enigmatic depths, the abyssal ocean is increasingly shaped by the far-reaching consequences of human presence above. A vast, creeping shadow stretches downward, infiltrating the most remote trenches and canyons, unsettling the intricate balance that has existed for millennia among the giants of the deep and their fragile habitats. Pollution seeps into every layer of the ocean, from the sunlit shallows to the pitch-black depths, altering the chemistry of the water and introducing foreign substances that disrupt ancient cycles. Each year, rivers and winds deliver a relentless tide of plastic debris, which fragments into ever smaller pieces, drifting with currents and settling in unexpected places far from their origin. Microplastics, invisible to the naked eye, now permeate the deepest trenches, embedding themselves in sediments and mingling with the detritus that sustains abyssal life. These particles are mistaken for food by plankton and small fish, accumulating in tissues and organs, and gradually concentrating as they ascend the food web, inflicting unseen harm on apex predators. The ocean's natural soundscape is now pierced by a constant barrage of mechanical noise, reverberating through the water and masking the subtle cues that deep-sea creatures rely on. The low-frequency rumble of engines, the sharp pulses of sonar, and the thunderous blasts from seismic surveys create a disorienting din, echoing for hundreds of miles and penetrating even the most remote abysses. For cetaceans, whose lives are orchestrated by sound, this relentless noise drowns out the songs and clicks that guide them through darkness. fracturing their social bonds and hunting strategies. Disoriented by the acoustic chaos, pods may veer off course, their navigation scrambled, sometimes leading to tragic strandings along distant, unfamiliar shores. For the deep-diving sperm whale, the intrusion of alien sounds is like a blinding flash in perpetual night, severing its connection to prey and kin, and eroding its chances of survival. The relentless pursuit of seafood has driven fleets to the farthest reaches, their nets sweeping across the ocean floor and extracting life from places once thought unreachable. Heavy trawl nets grind ancient coral forests into rubble, erasing centuries of slow growth in moments and leaving behind barren wastelands where vibrant communities once thrived. Countless creatures, from elusive sharks to gentle turtles, become collateral damage, ensnared in gear meant for other species, their lives cut short before they can fulfill their roles in the ecosystem. The relentless demand for fins, gills, and other body parts fuels targeted hunts, driving some of the ocean's most iconic giants toward the edge of oblivion. The aftermath is a landscape stripped of diversity, where once complex webs of life unravel, and the resilience of the deep is tested to its limits. Massive vessels traverse ancient migration routes, their hulls looming above unsuspecting giants as they glide through the Twilight Zone. Slow-moving behemoths like whale sharks and right whales are often unable to evade these steel leviathans, their paths intersecting with deadly consequences. The scars and lifeless bodies that surface bear silent witness to collisions that end in tragedy, the wounds inflicted often invisible until it is too late. The cumulative weight of plastic debris, relentless noise, unsustainable harvests, and fatal encounters is driving a quiet crisis, imperiling the very existence of these ancient denizens. Beneath the faint glow filtering from above, the deep ocean endures a silent siege, its suffering etched into every current and shadow, a testament to the profound reach of our actions. The mysteries of the abyss are not just a source of wonder, they are a call to responsibility. As we peer into the shadowy depths, we are reminded that the ocean's vastness is matched only by its vulnerability. The giants of the deep, majestic orcas, ancient Greenland sharks, and the enigmatic dwellers of the abyss are not merely inhabitants of a distant world, they are the architects of balance, shaping the rhythms of life beneath the waves. These creatures and the ecosystems they sustain are the foundation of oceanic health. Coral reefs, deep-sea vents, and open waters form interconnected networks that regulate climate, store carbon, and nurture biodiversity. Our pledge to the deep begins with exploration guided by respect. Every scientific mission, every new discovery must be paired with a commitment to safeguard what we find. The future of the ocean depends on our ability to learn without harm. Scientific research is our compass. By deepening our understanding of ocean currents, species interactions, and the impacts of human activity, we can craft solutions that are both innovative and effective. The ocean's beauty is more than skin deep. Its intricate webs of life, from the smallest plankton to the largest whales, are essential to the planet's life support system. Protecting these wonders is not just an environmental duty, it is a promise to future generations. The threats are urgent and real. Pollution, overfishing, and habitat destruction are eroding the resilience of the deep. Our pledge must be unwavering to reduce waste, enforce sustainable practices, and restore what has been lost. International cooperation is essential. By supporting marine protected areas, enforcing regulations, and choosing sustainable resources, we can shield vulnerable habitats from exploitation and ensure the survival of countless species. We stand at a crossroads. The choices we make today will echo through the deep for centuries. Our actions, large and small, determine whether the ocean thrives or fades into silence. Advocacy and stewardship, are our shared responsibility. By raising our voices for the ocean, we champion the rights of those who cannot speak, the silent giants and the fragile ecosystems that depend on our protection. Our pledge is not a single act, but a lifelong commitment. It is a promise to innovate, to educate, and to inspire others to join in the guardianship of the deep. Every effort, from reducing plastic to supporting conservation initiatives, ripples outward, creating waves of positive change that reach even the most remote trenches. The future of the ocean is shaped by our resolve. Let us pledge to honor its mysteries, defend its giants, and secure its legacy for all life on Earth. In the silent depths, the ocean awaits our promise, a pledge of respect, protection, and hope. As sunlight surrenders to darkness, the deep ocean awakens in a spectacle unseen by most. Here in the inky blackness, where pressure is crushing and temperatures hover near freezing, life has found a way to shine. This is the realm of bioluminescence, a luminous symphony performed by creatures both strange and sublime. Countless species, from drifting jellyfish to predatory fish and microscopic plankton, wield light as their instrument. Their bodies harbor chemical reactions, producing radiant blues and greens that ripple through the water. The lanternfish flickers like a constellation, each scale a tiny beacon guiding its journey through the void. The comb jelly pulses with iridescent light, its delicate cilia refracting color in hypnotic waves. Bioluminescence is more than beauty, it is survival. The anglerfish, with its eerie glowing lure, draws prey into its waiting jaws. The vampire squid, threatened by a predator, erupts in a cloud of sparkling particles, vanishing into the darkness like a phantom. Even the humble ostracod, a tiny crustacean, orchestrates dazzling light displays to attract mates and confuse enemies. In this perpetual night, communication takes on new meaning. Pulses, flashes, and glows become messages, a language of light. Swarms of shrimp synchronize their blinks to confuse hunters, while deep-sea squids send coded signals to potential partners. Each flash is a story, each glow a secret shared in the shadows. The origins of this brilliance are as diverse as the creatures themselves. Some harbor symbiotic bacteria that emit light, while others rely on specialized cells called photophores. These adaptations have evolved over millions of years, weaving bioluminescence into the very fabric of deep-sea life. This radiant ballet is invisible from the surface, yet it is one of the ocean's greatest wonders. It reminds us that even in the most extreme environments, life finds a way not just to endure but to dazzle. The luminous creatures of the abyss illuminate more than just the water. They reveal the resilience, creativity, and interconnectedness of all living things in the ocean's darkest depths. Beneath the shimmering ballet of bioluminescent life lies a world even more alien, a landscape sculpted by time, pressure, and fire. The ocean floor is not a flat expanse, but a dramatic terrain, etched with deep-sea trenches, vast plains, and towering mountain ranges. Here, the Earth's crust is restless, shifting and reshaping itself in slow, relentless motion. At the heart of these depths lie the deep-sea trenches, immense chasms that plunge miles below the surface, deeper than the highest mountains are tall. The Mariana Trench, the deepest known part of the ocean, carves a scar into the seafloor nearly 7 miles down. In this abyssal darkness, the weight of the water above is almost unimaginable, yet life persists, clinging to the mud and rock in forms both hardy and bizarre. Elsewhere, the seafloor bursts with unexpected energy. Hydrothermal vents, sometimes called black smokers, rise like chimneys from the ocean's crust. Here, the planet's molten core heats seawater that seeps through cracks, forcing it back out in superheated jets rich with minerals. The water, scalding hot and laced with chemicals toxic to most surface life, creates oases in the cold desert of the deep. Around these vents, entire ecosystems bloom in the darkness. Tube worms, ghostly white and stretching taller than a human, thrive without sunlight, hosting symbiotic bacteria that turn vent chemicals into life-sustaining energy. Giant clams and peculiar crabs jostle for space, while swarms of shrimp crowd the mineral towers, their bodies adapted to withstand the heat and pressure. The ocean floor is also home to mud volcanoes, brine pools, and fields of manganese nodules, strange geologic features shaped by forces both ancient and ongoing. Each structure is a testament to the restless creativity of the Earth itself, a reminder that even in the absence of light, the planet is alive and ever-changing. In this hidden world, geology and biology intertwine. The vents and trenches create habitats for creatures found nowhere else, shaping the evolution of life in ways still being discovered. The ocean floor is a living archive of Earth's history, a landscape of perpetual transformation, mystery, and resilience, waiting in silence beneath the waves. In the inky blackness of the abyss, life does not merely survive, it excels. Here, far from the sun's reach and under the crushing weight of the ocean, every creature is a marvel of adaptation. The challenges are immense: pressure that would crush a submarine, frigid temperatures that slow all but the hardiest metabolisms, and darkness so absolute that sight becomes an evolutionary gamble. Yet the denizens of the deep have risen to meet these challenges in ways that defy imagination. Their bodies are living blueprints of resilience. Instead of rigid bones, many deep-sea fish possess flexible cartilaginous skeletons and watery tissues that compress under pressure, preventing fatal collapse. Their cells are infused with specialized proteins, piezolites, that shield vital structures from the relentless force, ensuring that enzymes and membranes remain functional against all odds. Eyes, where they exist, are often gigantic, tuned to the faintest glimmers of bioluminescence, or are absent altogether, replaced by heightened senses of touch, smell, and even the ability to detect electric fields. The gulper eel, for instance, boasts a mouth that can engulf prey half its size, a crucial adaptation in a world where meals are rare and unpredictable. Camouflage, too, reaches new heights. Many creatures, like the transparent glass squid, render themselves nearly invisible, while others, such as the sinister black dragonfish, cloak their bodies in pigment so dark that even the faintest light is swallowed whole. Some, like the hatchetfish, possess light-producing organs on their bellies, mimicking the dim glow from above and vanishing into the background. Energy is precious, and deep-sea animals conserve it with slow, deliberate movements and low metabolic rates. Some, like the vampire squid, can drift for hours with minimal effort, their gelatinous bodies barely denser than seawater itself. These adaptations are not just solutions, they are triumphs, honed by millions of years in an environment that pushes life to its limits. In the endless night, evolution writes its most extraordinary stories, crafting creatures that thrive where the world seems most inhospitable. The abyss is not a graveyard, but a crucible of ingenuity, proof that life, given time and pressure, will always find a way. In the silent vastness of the abyss, sound becomes the primary thread weaving the tapestry of life. Where sunlight cannot penetrate and vision fades into irrelevance, deep-sea creatures have mastered a hidden language of vibration and resonance. The ocean's depths are alive with whispers, clicks, pulses, and low moans, an acoustic symphony that few humans have ever heard. Some of these sounds are purposeful, evolved for survival and connection. The sperm whale, a true giant of the deep, emits powerful clicks that echo through the water for miles. These are not only tools for echolocation but also messages, sonic signatures that identify individuals, signal intent, or even coordinate group movements in the pitch-black expanse. Elsewhere, the enigmatic beaked whales communicate in ultrasonic frequencies, crafting secret conversations that slip beneath the radar of predators and prey alike. Even smaller denizens like the rat-tail fish and the deep-sea squid generate faint clicks or rumbles by vibrating specialized muscles or body parts. These subtle signals help them navigate the darkness, find mates, or warn off rivals without ever being seen. Bioluminescent flashes, too, are part of this mysterious dialogue. The lanternfish blinks coded messages into the gloom, while the comb jelly ripples waves of colored light along its body, sending silent signals to potential mates or competitors. In the absence of sight and warmth, light and sound become the only bridges across the void. Yet much of this deep-sea communication remains shrouded in mystery. Scientists have only begun to decipher the meaning behind these ancient songs and coded pulses. Each discovery reveals another layer of complexity, another reason to marvel at the ingenuity of life in the abyss. Beneath the crushing silence, the deep ocean is alive with conversation, a world where every pulse and shimmer is a testament to the relentless drive to connect, survive, and thrive in the most remote corners of our planet. Beneath the tranquil surface of the world's oceans, a hidden force shapes the fate of continents and the destiny of life itself, deep-sea currents. These colossal rivers of water, invisible to the naked eye, surge through the abyssal plains and winding trenches, sculpting the very architecture of the seafloor. Driven by subtle differences in temperature, salinity, and the rotation of the Earth, these currents create a perpetual motion machine, one that circulates nutrients, oxygen, and heat across the globe. The journey begins at the polar extremes, where frigid, dense water sinks and plunges into the darkness, setting the great conveyor belts of the ocean in motion. These deep currents flow thousands of kilometers, weaving a silent web that connects the Arctic to the Antarctic, the Atlantic to the Pacific. Along their path, they gather and redistribute the remnants of life-decaying plankton, mineral-rich silt, and dissolved gases. This continuous exchange nourishes the deep-sea floor, supporting an astonishing diversity of organisms that depend on the steady rain of organic matter from above. As currents carve through underwater canyons and rise along seamounts, they create oases in the desert-like expanses of the abyss. Here, nutrient upwellings fuel sudden blooms of life, attracting everything from microscopic zooplankton to towering filter feeders. These dynamic flows also transport the larvae of countless species, allowing life to colonize even the most remote volcanic vents and cold seeps. Yet the influence of deep-sea currents extends far beyond the ocean's depths. By regulating the distribution of heat, they help stabilize Earth's climate, tempering the extremes of weather on land. A disruption in these flows, whether from natural cycles or human-induced changes, can send ripples across entire ecosystems, altering fish migrations, coral health, and even atmospheric patterns. In the perpetual darkness, where gravity and pressure reign, the deep-sea currents remain the heartbeat of the abyss. Their relentless movement is both ancient and essential, sustaining the hidden life below and, ultimately, the delicate balance of our entire planet. Beneath the crushing darkness and ever-shifting currents, there are places in the abyss that remain untouched. Regions so remote and unexplored they might as well belong to another world. These are the hidden frontiers of the ocean, where even the most advanced submersibles have only grazed the surface, and where the unknown stretches on for thousands of kilometers. In these vast uncharted territories, towering underwater mountains rise unseen, their peaks never illuminated by sunlight or by the flickering beams of human technology. Gigantic trenches deeper than Everest is tall, cradle secrets that have persisted for millions of years. Here, new species await discovery, creatures with forms and behaviors shaped by pressures and darkness beyond our imagination. The unexplored abyss is a realm of possibility. Hydrothermal vents may still pulse in isolation, nurturing entire ecosystems powered not by sunlight but by the chemistry of the Earth itself. Rare minerals forged over eons could lie undisturbed, shaping the geology of the planet from the deep. Ancient shipwrecks and relics preserved in the cold and silence keep silent witness to the ocean's role as both barrier and bridge across the ages. Even the water itself holds mysteries, unknown currents, chemical gradients, and microbial life that challenge our very definitions of existence. Every journey into these shadowed depths yields surprises, bioluminescent flashes from unseen swimmers the delicate architecture of glass sponges, or the sudden appearance of colossal cephalopods drifting in the gloom. As technology advances, the promise of these hidden worlds grows ever brighter. Autonomous robots and deep-diving drones are beginning to chart what was once beyond reach, mapping the contours of the abyss and sampling its waters for clues to life's resilience. Yet for every answer uncovered, 100 new questions arise, fueling the ceaseless curiosity that drives exploration. The unexplored abyss is not simply an empty void. It is a living archive of Earth's history, a crucible of evolution, and a reminder that the ocean's greatest stories have yet to be told. In the silence where light cannot reach, the next chapter of discovery waits, vast, enigmatic, and full of wonder.